Alright, so this is what I'm calling the exploded view. Explosion, because I'm too lazy to edit that in digitally. Yeah, so we're going to talk about, well, this is an experiment. We're going to take a toy, tear it down as far as I go, talk about it, its variants. With this one, I do have a couple other examples of it, but I just didn't dig them out. So it's just like an experiment. I really like some feedback on this kind of stuff. So let me know what you think down here on the bottom right there, where all the comments. Not you, guy. The guy who says first, not you. Somebody else. Yeah, you. Okay. All right. Yeah. So pretty much you have the Mrf Jeep, Racing Jeep from Funskool in India. Now the deal with Funskool is they bought or made a deal with HASBRO. To use all the G.I. Joe molds. This is like the late 80s, like 88. And they brought a bunch of molds over to India. And they made their own version of the G.I. Joe figures. Now, a lot of them were like in the same vein, color-wise, as the originals, but a lot really differed. And they had their own variants and stuff like that. They had some that they made, and they had Russian backer cards and stuff like that. And they're all really cool variants, you know. I mean, they're not like super rare. Some are. But if you just want an example of a Funskool figure, you can get one fairly cheap. This is one of the items that they're still producing as of 2014. I think this one was made September 2013. I've got another one that's still sealed. It said it was manufactured of February of 2014. So they still make these 25 years later. So that's an awesome run. Hasbro can't do that. They can't sell a toy for 25 years and keep it on the shelf. Yeah, so basically it's Mrf Racing Jeep. They took the V.A.M.P, which they also made a regular V.A.M.P version. But the deal with this one is that Mrf is the parent company of Funskool, and I think they're like, it's like something rubber factory or something like that. And I believe they make tires and stuff, so it's kind of cool. You know, they got the Mrf on the tires and everything. I don't know if this is like a self-promoting item that they give out for customers or employees, or exactly how that works, how that came to be, or if somebody just thought it was really cool to do a red one and that's what they made it, was a racing Jeep. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, so that's where this came from. It was India, by Funskool, so it's not a knockoff. And Mrf is the parent company of Funskool. So we'll look at the chassis real quick, which this chassis is the same as the original. And you can kind of tell it's a little bit softer. It's not like, you can tell the mold is probably past its lifespan. And everything. It's got a little bit of dirt and dust on it and stuff. It needs to be cleaned up still. This is how it came right out of the box. So yeah, you got the little chassis, and you can see it has the Mrf imprint on the tires, has the white wheels, but it's done in black. The original V.A.M.P was done in that dark gray, so you couldn't like swap this out if you had like a broken chassis and swap out the tire or wheel inserts and call it a vintage V.A.M.P chassis. It's not going to work. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. It has like paper decals on it, which that's one of the hallmarks of the whole Funskool line, is they pretty much use paper decals. And it kind of sucks, but some vehicles that are done really well, like the Thing, you can buy decals through Cobra Stickers, and you can get like replacement decals. And here's a wheel without the insert in it. This is one they use for the spare, so it attaches with a screw, and I got that right there. And then you have like the little inserts, so all the wheels come apart the same way. That's where you get your white wheels from. It also has like the little gas can thing. Actually, speaking of gas cans, there. Speaking of gas cans, so you get your little rack in the back for the gas cans. You get your bumper that goes in front of the winch. You can kind of not see it in the picture right there, but it goes right here in front of the thing once you get the body on. And then you get two black gas cans, which with the V.A.M.P Mark II you got water cans. Pardon me, I got the sniffles. So now we're going to get on to the more interesting part, and probably really the main reason I want to talk about this, and that's going to be the upper body is what I'm calling it. And you can see the steering wheel attached in there, and it comes out as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put these other parts off to the side for right now and all that. Just pardon me for a second while I clean up. Okay, so now we got the upper body, and it's got paper decals already applied whenever you buy this from Funskool. It comes just like you see it. These are all paper decals, and they're stuck on there. And they're not, like horribly done, but they're paper decals, so they kind of suck. And some of you guys, hardcore G.I. Joe guys, are going to notice some things about this. Now, with the Stinger, you got the shovel on here. With the V.A.M.P, it had a machine gun on here. But also with the Stinger, which used the same upper mold, you also had a place for a bedroll to go on, and I don't think this was a one big opening. It was actually two smaller openings. So they've actually redone the hood area for this mold. Something else you're noticing too is the 4 rivets around the 4 corners of the roll cage dashboard inserts, parts, whatever. And this is how they attach there. So instead of doing like the sonic welding that HASBRO did on theirs, which I don't think they use glue, I'm pretty sure it's sonic welded. Instead of going through that process, they just throw them in rivets, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, if you look at the hood right here, this is totally smooth. This rectangle right here is totally slick. There's nothing in there, which is totally different from any of the other American release stuff, like the Tiger Sting, the V.A.M.P Mark II, the Stinger. Nothing else has it like that. Now the blue one, I think, does have the gun on there. It uses basically the vintage, so this is really a interesting, unique piece. So yeah, and I'll go ahead and put this thing together real quick while I'm kind of talking to you. So hopefully I'm going to get some more of these in the near future, and all that. Get this wheel insert in that now does not want to stay. There it goes. Nope. Nope. Yes. No. No. Stay. Get in there. Arrgh. Use your RAM strength. But basically this is molded exactly the same as the ones with the axles, just that you take it and this little slot there that the both the Stinger and the V.A.M.P's armament would go in there, and you would put it in and then turn it, and it would lock in based on the little key there. See how it's kind of notched out? But this, you just go through and you stick a screw in it. So I'm going to stick the screw in there, and then I'm just going to take a tire and use the tire as my lever, and just take the tire and just kind of get it on there. So yeah, okay, so that's kind of on. I don't need it. It's super tight. Gas cans, and then let's see. Let's go through, and on the back there we got the license plate, and then you cover it up with the doggone gas can cage, which should just slide right in there like that. And then on the front you got the little bumper like I was talking about, and that just goes inside these two little slots on the front like that. See? And then pretty much trying to remember if it goes in front and first. Yeah, front and first. And you have to, there's like a slot in there, if you can see it right there. You can see the checkered flag through it. And there's like a little tab behind the bumper there, right here. And that's going to go into that slot first. At least it should. And if I do it right, everything will slide in right together super easily. Like that. And then get the cage where I want it. And then the tail lights are basically the part of the tension system that keeps that on there. And there you go. So now it's all together. And I mean, these things, you can get them between like 15, but more than likely 20 bucks, $20 to $30 a piece from American resellers. You can get them from India cheaper, but you don't know what condition they're going to be in and all that. And so hopefully I'm going to be able to get some more of these in. So if you have questions about purchasing this, just PM me, and we'll talk about getting one and all that. And then Shane, well, and if you're watching this, and you can pass, well, keep this under your hat, but just go ahead and PM me, and I'll tell you some stuff about this, why it is I'm buying more of these, and I'll explain it to you, and you'll probably be kind of excited about it. I'm going to send you one of these as a review sample once I get the other materials and stuff going on, and you'll be the first one to get to review it. I'll even hold off my review once I get the stuff, and then I'll let you be the first reviewer, and I think that'd be kind of cool. And you'll understand why. Just PM me, and we'll chat about it or whatever. But yeah, basically as a rating, as a basic review of this thing, I mean, it's a G1. It's a vintage vehicle, so it's not going to fit your typical newer Joes. Now, what does fit in there, of course, are like the O-ring. I'm not sure about the DTC stuff from the late 90s or the Valor vs. Venom stuff from the 2000s. But like all your O-ring stuff will fit in here, just like the original vintage stuff. The new ones don't really fit. Some of the smaller figures do. I did get the, I don't have one, super handy. But I did get the not original, but I did get the Alley Viper to fit in there with his harness on. It didn't have his helmet on him, but his feet go down inside the little pan in there and everything, and he sits in there. It looks kind of cool. So, but there you go. As a rating, I'm gonna give this thing probably an 8 out of 10. I mean, it's a mold that's been around for, man, 30 years, more than 30 years. 32 years, 33 years, whatever it's been. 32 years, I think. And for a mold that's been around that long, essentially, it still has a great aesthetic. I still like the look of it. It's great as a civilian vehicle. I wish Hasbro had kind of taken the reins and done some more civilian stuff with the V.A.M.P. I mean, you can see where Halo did that, because everybody loved the Warthog, and they've done that. They have like a new flame paint job Warthog that's out. They also had a civilian, I forgot what it was called, but it was like the yellow Warthog. I forgot what that thing was called. But yeah, just like the Jaguar or something like that. Ocelot, I don't remember. But yeah, I'm going to give this guy an 8 out of 10. So I'm going to say if you don't have one and you're a G.I. Joe collector, get one, because they're not that expensive. This version has some definite unique features about it compared to any other U.S. released V.A.M.Ps. And the V.A.M.P was one of my favorite vehicles. So with him leaving the shot, I'm going to say comment, like, and subscribe. Right there, guys. Thank you so much for watching my videos. And keep playing with your toys, because I do. Even the ones from India. Awesome. See you guys later.